What if your sim rig wasn't just inspired by motorsports? What if it was built and crafted by the industry leaders themselves? Today, Cup Car 2.0 is no longer my childhood dream. It's a Sawbelt S99 GT cockpit, real racing heritage, and a passion to deliver immersion like you've never seen it before. Behind Cup Car 2.0, some of the biggest names in motorsports and sim racing, brands that believe in the dream and honor the heritage. And the time has finally come to start building. Are you ready for Cup Car 2.0? I've been waiting a long time to be able to do this one. Cup Car 2.0 isn't just about building a sim rig. It's about building a project that I've rebuilt in my head 1,000 times over ever since I was a little kid playing Gran Turismo on my Mad Catz racing wheel. It's taken years to develop the courage and the skill necessary to make this happen. But thanks to all of you and your guys' support, it's finally time to make this dream a reality. Now, before we jump into the build, I just need to take a quick second and thank the sponsors who came on board to support this and make it happen. All brands that I was truly passionate about involving in this, and when I reached out to them, they were all happy to come on board and be a part of it. So thank you to those guys. Now for today's segment, we're going to start with the foundation, the most motorsports inspired cockpit that I could think of for this project, the Sawbelt S99 GT cockpit. And if all this hasn't already gotten that blood pumping, stick around because Sawbelt sent a little something special that's going to take Cup Car 2.0 to the next level. For those of you that have stumbled onto the channel thinking you were coming to watch a single sim rig review, get comfortable and hit that subscribe button. You're part of our journey now. And for those of you that don't know what Cup Car 2.0 is, at the end of this video, I'll put a link so you guys can go back and see what it's all about. Now with everything out of the box, let's talk about some of the design details that make the S99 special. Now usually when a sim racing brand decides to design an aluminum profile cockpit, it ends up looking pretty similar to most other sim racing brands. But Sawbelt isn't really a sim racing brand. They're a motorsports brand. There's a difference. Sawbelt puts their own spin on their rigs, adding some race-inspired logos and a little pop of color. You'll notice most of the parts on the rig are slightly angled just a bit to make it look like it's moving fast without even moving at all. It's insane to think so much detail went into something that's normally so basic, but you're not here to stare at parts on the floor. So let's get this thing built. Or we could just skip it and pull this cover off. But what fun would this video be without a little montage? Alright guys, time for a little honesty. When I first started planning to build this thing, I honestly thought it was the S99 Evo that was coming. They're not too different, they have a little bit different mounting plates, and the S99 Evo is black. And now that I've seen this version, I'm kind of glad this is what showed up, for two reasons. It's not that the black one wouldn't have been amazing too, because it would have, but this gray has just the right color to match to for a real cup car vibe. And you want to know the other reason? You'll see soon enough. The truth is, it doesn't really matter which Sawbelt cockpit you get. S-Series, X-Series, P-Series, Evo or not, they all deliver the same 100% Italian-made quality. The 160/40 aluminum profile base and 120/40 uprights future-proof this rig for pretty much anything you can throw at it, and the 10mm plates lock it all together. This crafty aluminum cockpit, like many others, is fully adjustable, allowing you to get the seat, wheel, and pedals exactly where you need them. And then of course there's the Sawbelt branding that's tastefully integrated into the rig, just adding a touch of class and uniqueness to it. Literally every inch of the rig, just screaming race car. Now as some of you may have heard throughout this video, I have a little surprise for you. You see, because the guys at Sawbelt knew for this build, we needed something a little bit extra special. So I saved one box to open with you guys. Now, as you guys know, no immersive sim rig build could be complete without a proper seat. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is no ordinary seat. This is a Sawbelt GT pad seat. A real GT seat intended for real GT race cars. Because the goal of this build isn't just to build a sim rig. It's to get as close as I possibly can to the real thing. Alright guys, after a little bit of a battle, the GT seat's installed, just needs the pads. As you can see, I ran into a little bit of an issue, but it's nothing a trip to Home Depot later on this week won't fix, and we still gotta test this seat. Now the beauty of the GT pad seat is that if it wears out or you want a different color, you just have to buy new pads. Basically meaning you don't have to go buy a whole new seat just to freshen up your rig. Now on the other hand, I still haven't sat in it to see how comfortable it is, so it's time we find out. Alright, let's climb up in here and give this bad boy a little test. And I can tell you, right out the gate, the hips are a little tight. And I like to think I have a relatively small frame, but they're a little tight. That being said, if I were really racing in a car, this is exactly how I'd want it to be. There is no shift in my seat whatsoever. So, should this happen to turn into a motion rig throughout this build, that's going to be really nice because I don't have to worry about any unwanted movement. And if I were racing in a real car, this would probably be pretty perfect. I think the sides will break in a little bit. It's just the pads right here. And I think those pads will wear down a little bit over time. And it'll probably be just right. As far as the rest of the seat goes, I think a few little tweaks in like how it's adjusted and everything. And it's pretty comfortable. Like for as thin as these pads are and everything, they're very supportive and they feel really good. The Sabelt S99 and the GT pad seat are the foundation of Cup Car 2.0. The base that we'll use to build an incredible one-of-a-kind sim racing experience. There's a lot of fresh gear on the way and a lot of work still to be done. But for the moment, just imagine what the next level of immersion will look like with this rig behind it. Oh yeah, and there was one other thing in the box you guys might have seen briefly, but I haven't talked about it. I know you always ask about my gloves. For the series, I'm going to be repping Sawbelt gloves. I really like my Saints of Speed gloves, but I wanted to rep Sawbelt through the series, so I went ahead and grabbed a set when they sent me all the gear. Now before we end this thing, I want to say thank you to Sawbelt one more time just for hooking us up with such an awesome rig, and also the surprise of the GT pad seat. That was an awesome addition to the rig that I think will make it just that much more immersive. For those of you that are wondering what's next for Cup Car 2.0, I have kind of a unique and interesting plan for how we're going to design the interior of the car, and I think we're going to check that out and get started on that next week. Speaking of building the interior, I also have to start getting the CNC machine going, so I think we might actually touch on that as well during that episode. I did connect with Simline over the last week, and they're in the process of building the new wheel. They're just waiting on a few parts to come in so they can finish assembling it. Oh yeah, and in talking about the CNC machine, I forgot to mention, I think I'm going to be working with SaintSmart to give away a CNC machine, but we're still working out the details on that one. And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't know 100% for sure what all is going to end up on the rig by the time we're done with it. Things are progressing pretty quickly, and we're just getting started. Make sure you guys go give our sponsors some love. Their links are down in the description. And let me know what you guys thought of the video. Did it deliver everything you thought it would for the beginning of Cup Car 2.0? If it did, make sure you pump that subscribe button, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys out on the track when I have a rig to drive again.